with that, let me ask you this, right? With that, let me ask you this. Coming into, I got two of them for you. One of them is a funny one that, funny, I don't know. Reading it now, I don't know how funny it is. It was really funny when I got asked it. I don't know how funny it is now. But Jordan requested that I ask you, and then I have a more serious one to get us into some more shit. So the first one, I don't even remember why we were talking about this. Had to be that we saw someone get attacked by a bear. Would you rather be attacked by a rapist or a bear?
Rapist.
Okay, why?
Because I could probably fight off a rapist
Wait,
of some kind. The bear's going to eat me.
Hold on.
I know what a bear does, bro. I've seen bears. Fuck a bear.
There's some more. We got to quantify this. We got to qualify it a little bit. You're definitely going to get attacked no matter what.
Okay.
Like, no matter what, you're going to be attacked. You're going to be raped. You're going to be bear attacked.
What kind of
bear? Well, let's call it a black bear. That's the most common in the area. They're not as big, right? But it's still a black bear. Still a full-grown bear.
It's still stronger than you.
Yeah, and it's not a mama with cubs. It's just a bear, but it's definitely going to attack you. You're going to be attacked by a bear, or you're going to be attacked by a rapist.
This was probably the video of that dude that got attacked by a black bear while he was climbing on a rock.
And I don't. Maybe that's why.
Either
we
that
didn't
or
watch it, but maybe I brought it up. Yeah.
We also talked about that one bear attack in Chelan County. That lady got fucking mauled hard because she came across mama and cubs.
I don't remember because I was talking to Jordan about it. She was the one that asked me this question, and she didn't appreciate my answer. That's why she asked me to ask you, is because she didn't like my answer. So with
did you say rapist?
No.
Oh
no. That's I want to hear your answer first because you're definitely going to be attacked by a rapist. Or you're definitely going to be attacked by a bear. You still would choose to be.
If I get attacked by a bear, I'm going to die.
Maybe you won't. It's still open-ended whether or not you're going to die. There isn't a guarantee you will die, but you will be attacked.
Well, if we're playing the odds here at this point, then maybe get attacked by. I don't know, man. I'm not. All I know is I'm walking away from one of them, and one of them I'm probably not.
So this was I said a bear, and this is why. This is why I said this, right? Leonardo DiCaprio survived. Okay, so she even said that. She's like, you're going to get revenanted. Like, you're not going to die, but you're going to get revenanted. You're going to get fucked up. Absolutely savaged by this bear.
But if I'm walking away, I'll take the bear attack, because then I could wear that and be like, yeah, I fucking got attacked by a bear, bro.
Also, my reasoning behind it was I feel like to be raped is going to affect me more psychologically throughout the rest of my life than being attacked by a bear. Like, if I get attacked by a bear, what are the chances that I'm going to get attacked by a bear again? Having it happen one time is so crazy statistically that it's probably never going to happen again. And I'm very unlikely to really be in a situation where it's going to happen again. But if you get raped by somebody...
Oh, not me. I'm going on a fucking vendetta at that point. All bears must die at that point. I'm going on a fucking bender. I'll finally have a good excuse to be so into bear hunting.
But my deal was with the rape, like, I'm going to wear that psychologically probably for the rest of my life, and it's going to impact the way that I interact with people and, like, the way that I live my life afterwards. Whereas if I get attacked by a bear, if I'm that scared, I can just not go into the woods, and I definitely won't get attacked by a bear just in the city. Not going to happen.
Yeah,
but you could get raped fucking anywhere at any time.
Yeah. And okay.
So
bear it is.
Yeah,
bear it is.
So that was my reasoning. It was the psychological aspect of it, of the bear attack. So
besides, I'm gonna get laid a lot after my bear attack, because that's a great story.
Yes. Okay. So my second question is more serious, and I'm gonna leave it
ambiguous,
as exactly as open-ended as this, and for you to take it how you're gonna take it, and then.
Ooh, fun.
Answer it. And just for YouTube, we're not...
No, God. It's never a good sign.
Just for YouTube, we're not questioning anything. There is no election denial here. I am asking a question. It is a hypothetical.
That's going to get way worse later anyway. So
it's meant to open a discussion.
Okay.
So for YouTube, okay, what is your level of confidence in this election and why?
It's the most safe and secure election since the last one. obviously.
Since the last one.
Since the last one.
Yes.
It is. We will go into it into greater detail in part 3, but
Yes.
I think they were. The real question comes from like, what is a secure, and like what is, how much faith can you put into the system itself before you even get to the idea of how the votes tally and all that stuff. The system itself is so fucking fucked at this point from the last couple years. I mean, it's what we got, so I guess we'll just let it roll, but you know, I don't really believe in the validity of fucking democracy anyway, so like the entire concept of having popularity contests for representation, I think it's fundamentally skewed anyways. But as far as this current election went, you know, it generally seems to have played out the way I think most people anticipated as far as like security goes. You know, we had some fuckery in some places, but at the end of the day, like, it was all just mail-in shit was massive throughout the country. So who knows?
There didn't seem to be, during the 2020 election, there was swaths, I mean, immense amounts of video footage and just sus activity that happened, right? Even if you're not talking about the private videos that were taken, but where I think it was maybe in Arizona where they were like covering up the windows so people couldn't look into the elections.
There was
like
a lot of weird shit.
A lot of really weird things that happened that I think sowed a lot of discord that helped, you know, as far as the Stop the Steal thing, like that played really well in 2020 because there was a lot of susness around what had happened there. And I don't think necessarily, without getting too much, I don't think necessarily that played as well this time around.
No, the government got really good at making sure that stuff doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah. So,
which, you know, the government itself, especially with their, you know, fascist, incestuous nature with big tech that we'll talk about in the next part, they've done a really good job to make sure none of that stuff gets out. So,
now, do you think that that's what it is that those videos and stuff still exist? They just are not being made as prolific as they were before? Because
I don't know.
even like Project Veritas, I saw one video of them from a guy in the dark shoving just a ton of ballots into a ballot box. But, you know, they had 3 investigations, I think, last time, and to different individual people of ballot harvesting. The one woman in Arizona who was like paying people to vote for shit, or something to that effect.
They were on like a lower level election too,
right?
And she got hemmed up.
Yeah, that was a state election. The one guy that was ballot harvesting was for the national election, and that guy had rubber bands. He had stacks of ballots that he was rolling around with.
Just being an upstanding citizen, just helping people out, bro. That's how that works. I don't know. I would assume that there would be... We saw a bunch of videos about, like, people, especially in Arizona, you know, like, standing guard and shit over ballot boxes and, you know...
Which is legal here. In Washington, it's illegal here.
It's voter intimidation or whatever, right? And which, you know, strange, but I guess that's fine. But I don't know. It's also a midterm, so I think the level of like care a lot of people have compared to when there's, you know, when the dictator of choice is on the menu. I think people care more about that, particularly in the last one. Whereas here, it's like, I don't think anybody's going to be trying to like, I don't know, like it doesn't make sense. The stakes aren't as high,
right?
Comparatively, so like, yeah,
no matter what corporate media says,
it would not surprise me that there isn't much going on because I don't think many people actually fucking care at this point.
Yeah.
That's for this one. I think that's where we're at. There's probably some kind of suppression going on with some things, but at the end of the day, social media moves so fast these days, especially on Twitter. I mean, it wouldn't be that hard to see those videos out there, and I'm just not seeing them. And I would just attribute that to more of like people just don't care that much.
Yeah.
Because
not as many eyes on.
Yeah. But, you know, when we got to do fucking Trump Biden 2.0, that's going to get rough.
I'm excited to get into that. So we're going to stop that there because we don't want to get too far into the election. The whole part 3 is all midterms, all that type of stuff. But the thing is, interesting. I want to leave it open-ended like that to see how you were going to answer it. You know what I'm saying? So I think there's a lot of different ways to go with that. You said that you have.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this.
I
as
do
well,
have a
right?
question for you. I've been thinking a lot about this, and we might have talked about it in the past at some point, but the paywalls involved in information gathering, media outlets, news outlets are becoming much more there's a lot more paywalls for previously available news sites, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel about the idea of pay-to-play information?
That's very interesting, especially to boil it down to that type of concept.
I mean, if the Washington Post has a massive breaking investigative report, like we went over last episode,
right?
Should you have to pay money to get access to that?
To get access to that,
should all Americans have to pay money to take the chance at being informed?
That's very interesting. And I think it speaks to kind of the antiquated model of newspapers. That's for them to do that type of work, they have to demand a subscription. They don't have any other way to make money other than that and ads. Those are the ways they have to make money. Where new media content like this, people who want to pay and support you can do that, and you can still put out all the rest of your stuff for free. Like a lot of people do run their Substacks and stuff like that. You can still pay them. You don't have to. You can still read all of their stuff, but also you can pay me here, and you can do that.
Because thinking back at it, newspapers have always cost money.
Always
cost money.
Always. The
and so it's always been a thing.
This much, but they've always cost money.
So it's been a thing I've been thinking about.
I don't think that there should be a fiscal barrier to accessing information. And I think that speaks to the credit of the validity, maybe not the credit, of some of the smaller news companies that will take those articles and just repost them on their own website. Like that's...
Yahoo is really good with that, which is fun.
That's the way to go about that, because to get around that, because I agree there is a definite issue when something of such high importance. The Intercept is a great example. If you go to the Intercept to read that article, all you have to do is put your email address in and let them send you emails. They then give you another slide where you can pay them money to support them, or you can press the X and you can still read the entire fucking article.
Yeah.
And I think that again speaks to the goal and the intentions and the differences in those things between those two companies. That if you look at the Intercept and you look at the New York Times or the Washington Post is meant to make money. That is an elitist organization that if we're writing about you, it's because this is what we think people should know about. This is what we think we want. This is what we want people to know about you and what we want people to know. The Intercept is... This is a piece of information that you should know about. And if you would like to support us because we're doing that, that would be excellent. It will help us make more content just like this. But we are not going to deny you the ability to see this because it's vital that you have this information. The Washington Post thinks that it's vital that you subscribe to the Washington Post.
Well, it also, when you think about, for them to exist as an entity, they have to make some kind of money, right?
Yes.
And to fund expensive things like investigative journalism, take away all the bias aside and all this, especially what these institutions have become, but like without some form of like a decent amount of cash, some kind of capital that you have on hand, you can't do any of that stuff, and then you just don't exist at all. So it's an interesting concept, right? Which I think essentially I have an answer for this, and it's just nationalize it, bro. Just nationalize it.
Just nationalize it.
Just nationalize it. We'll have the government pay for all the things.
Hi. Hello.
Oh, show dogs.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, my gosh.
Hi, everyone.
All the dogs are here.
Hey everybody, Colin here from Salt the Streets. Thank you for watching today's edition of Salty Shorts. If you liked what you saw, please be sure to check out the full episode right here on the Salt of the Streets YouTube channel. Please give us a like, comment, subscribe, and be sure to share this with all your friends. And you too can become a spreader of the message of liberty. Thanks.
Welcome to the Salt of the Streets, coming at you every week with this food for thought, hope